This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is my wife, Emily Frankel, and we're going to talk today about what?
John, every time you go for a walk, you pick out certain buildings that you love, and so I thought it would be an interesting post for my blog, M's Talkery, if we talk about favorite buildings in New York City. What are your favorite buildings in New York City?
Well, my favorite building is our own building. Actually,
mine too.
Because
I like our building.
I just love it, and
I wish it were pink.
Well, you did the best to make the inside of it pink and orange and
pink and
red
orange.
and every and people walk into our building. But that was a very interesting. Well, that's a whole subject in itself about buildings. I like our building because of the location. When I first moved in with you, there wasn't anybody who lived on this block except you.
No, now the world has moved into loft buildings. But now go and talk about walking down the street with me and why and what do you look at?
Well, the first thing that I've looked at for 50 years and have never gotten over is the view on Fifth Avenue of the Empire State Building from our street.
Every time you say it, I want to kiss you.
Well, thank you. Well, I love that view.
He's a romantic. John Cullum is a romantic.
Yeah, well,
he's like an out-of-towner who fell in love with the Empire State Building, and that's it.
That's right. Once an out-of-towner, always an out-of-towner.
Well, the out-of-towner fell in love with me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Changed my life.
So why do you love the Empire State Building?
Well, because of its magnificent structure and the particular view from our street off Fifth Avenue is extraordinary, and it depends on the weather and the time of day. It looks different, but there are other wonderful buildings. We're in the.
What is your other favorite buildings?
Well, the Metropolitan Life up there in.
Metropolitan Life Building.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what we used to have, the Metropolitan Life Insurance. My dad sold that, and the insignia on the paper was that building. And then when I came to New York and saw that building, I thought,
real live thing.
I said, that's what we've been selling.
Now, what about other buildings? I mean, do you like the Chrysler Building?
That's extraordinary. The Chrysler Building.
That's just gingerbread and fancy things.
Yeah, no, it suits my taste, which is kind of, Rococo and whatever you want to say, but another building, and you probably did. Walking down Fifth Avenue.
You mean downtown?
Yeah, was the building that we worked in the old Greenwich Hotel, where we put on your show that you had written.
Oh,
and that
one fine morning in the middle of the night.
That's right.
Two dead boys got up to fight.
And every
back to back they faced each. I'm selling my play, I'm sorry. That was on Bleecker Street in the Village.
That's right. And we were in a big 9-story courtyard, and I built a big, I took 2 cardboard boxes that covered refrigerators, painted them silver, and made a huge spaceship that came down. Remember that?
Are you kidding? Of course I remember that. John.
Yes, darling.
I like you.
Well, that's because
I like our memories.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of them. So
you remember that hotel building, and what other buildings? Go for a walk in your mind. What other buildings catch your eye?
Well, the Alsonia. The Ansonia.
That's a beautiful.
Yeah, up on Broadway. I used to go up there and teach Shakespeare classes occasionally. And I loved that building. Inside of that building is wonderful, and the outside too. And then, of course, what is the famous building that John Lennon lived in? It's
on 57th Street.
Yeah, that's.
I've forgotten the name, but they're wonderful buildings.
Yeah, the New York has got so many sites we could talk forever about them. You'll never see all the different sites, and even the Metropolitan Museum is an extraordinary, and the library is an extraordinary building.
I think the library gets it for me. That's my number one building.
Well, we're going to have to stop talking about this because we're just going to keep on going.
Well, we better stop.
All right.
I'll cook you dinner.
Oh.
Okay.
Did I perk up a little bit there?
Yeah. This is John Cullum and Emily and
dinner time. Okay. We'll see you next week, okay? This is AI.R. See you next week.